I stand with 50 Cent's documentary. Even though Diddy's my dad, if I have to choose between truth and family, this is my answer. So, Dad, I can't cover up the truth for you anymore. Words blowing up everywhere about the new documentary. The guy you've been feuding with for 20 years made about you.
Kim Porter was all smiles as she stepped out in Los Angeles on a Monday night, showing love and support for her son, Quincy Brown. Cameras caught her glowing, standing tall as a proud mom, and nobody knew how heavy the moment would later feel.
We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation, shot out the paperwork. When she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia?
According to reports, the night before Kim Porter passed, she allegedly sent a group text to a few close friends that raised serious concern. In that message, she reportedly wrote, "He got me," and strongly hinted that something was wrong, even suggesting she believed she may have been poisoned. None of this was ever confirmed, but the message has stayed in people's minds ever since.
In your child's life, and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is dead.
Now here's the big update for everyone who felt let down by 50 Cent's Diddy documentary skipping over Kim Porter's death.
If you really did nothing wrong, you shouldn't be scared of him. In that moment, I felt so sorry for us. I'm so grateful you gave me a warm home.
Word on the street is that the story is far from over, and new pieces are finally starting to move. Sources claim Kim's firstborn son, Quincy Brown, is allegedly teaming up with 50 for a brand new documentary focused on Kim. People had been side-eyeing Quincy for a while because he showed up at Diddy's trial every day, which made it look like quiet support. But at the same time, Quincy never defended Diddy publicly and never went off like Christian did, keeping things calm and controlled. Unlike Christian and Justin, who have both been named in lawsuits tied to accusations involving Diddy, not a single person has ever accused Quincy of anything. That alone puts Quincy in a completely different lane from Diddy's biological sons, and people have definitely noticed that contrast. Now some reports are saying Quincy may have been playing the long game this whole time. The word is he stayed close, watched everything carefully, and made sure his sisters were safe and protected first.
But now, I'm choosing to stand on the side of truth. I'll always love you, and I'm willing to carry your sins for the rest of my life.
If that's true, it explains why he kept such a low profile and didn't make loud public moves. Basically, sources suggest Quincy felt he had to be present, keeping eyes open and making sure everything stayed calm before Diddy ended up behind bars. Quiet moves, no noise, just staying alert. But now that Diddy is reportedly locked up, insiders claim Quincy is ready to dig deep into all the long-standing rumors surrounding Kim Porter's death. And let's be real, that 50 Cent connection changes the whole game. If 50 is really backing this project, this documentary on Kim could hit even harder than The Reckoning. Quincy has always stood out among Diddy's sons, even though Diddy helped raise him. When Homeland Security raided Diddy's properties last year, Christian and Justin were reportedly there and ended up handcuffed, but Quincy and the twins were nowhere to be seen.
Imagine the nigga that your baby mom is fucking is telling you that if you don't do what he wants you to do, he's gonna kill your child.
Around that time, Jaguar Wright even made claims suggesting Quincy might have been quietly cooperating with authorities, though none of that has been confirmed. Now, the claim about Quincy being in witness protection doesn't really add up. That part sounds like a stretch, especially since we all saw Quincy attending Diddy's trial alongside the rest of the family. That alone pokes holes in that rumor fast. However, new reports are circulating with a different angle. Sources now claim Quincy stayed close to Diddy for one main reason: to protect his sisters. The story goes that he was worried about their safety and had made a promise to Kim that he would always look out for them, no matter what. That puts his quiet behavior in a whole new light. Quincy has mostly stayed silent when it comes to the rumors surrounding his mother's passing, but insiders say that silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Allegedly, he knew he couldn't publicly go against Diddy until the timing was right, so he kept everything behind the scenes and played it smart. And now it looks like that moment may finally be here. Reports claim Quincy is putting together a full-length documentary that dives deep into Kim Porter's life and the unanswered questions surrounding her death. With all the history, the tension, and 50 Cent reportedly involved, people are already buzzing that this project could reveal some serious new information. If you know the official story, then you already know why so many people say it never fully made sense. On November 15, 2018, Kim Porter was found unresponsive in her Los Angeles home. A family member discovered her in bed, paramedics rushed in, but it was already too late. Kim was pronounced dead at just 47 years old, and the shock hit hard. Not long after, Diddy was spotted at the home where his ex had suddenly passed, looking shaken by the moment. Close friend Kimora Lee Simmons was also seen there, visibly overwhelmed and emotional. A desperate 911 call had been made, and the scene left everyone stunned by how fast everything unfolded. The autopsy later listed lobar pneumonia as the cause of death, and the LA County Medical Examiner officially ruled it natural.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
On paper, that was the end of the story, but for many people, that explanation never fully settled right. When you zoom in on the days leading up to her passing, things start feeling off to a lot of observers. Reports say Kim first complained of a sore throat around November 7th, and by November 12th, she had developed a fever. That quick timeline raised eyebrows, especially considering what happened next. According to reports, Kim allegedly tested negative for both the flu and strep throat. She was treated with antibiotics, vitamins, and pain medication, and her family later shared that by November 14th she was feeling better and her temperature was back to normal. In fact, she even got a massage the night before she was found, which only added more questions to an already confusing situation. And honestly, that part always felt shady. If Kim was really that sick with pneumonia-like symptoms, why would she let anyone come into her house? It doesn't add up. And what's even stranger is that nobody ever found out who this mystery person was, the one who supposedly came over to give her a massage. Like, who were they really? The coroner's report made things even more confusing. It clearly stated that Kim had no history of using any substances or alcohol and had zero underlying health conditions. She was described as being in great shape, full of life, and totally healthy. That's why her passing felt so off. Too sudden, too strange, too suspicious. And one of the first people to publicly question the official story was none other than Kim's ex and Quincy's biological father, Al B. Shore. Al said he saw Kim not long before she passed, and according to him, she looked perfectly fine and never mentioned any kind of illness. He couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. For years, Al struggled with that thought, wondering if her death really happened the way people said it did. Eventually, he decided to stop holding back and speak out. In July 2020, Al shared an old video of himself crying and posted an emotional caption that said, "I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Kim Porter's passing and how it ripped the soul from my physical body." Then he added, "I know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS. This is where I get in trouble. We just celebrated our son Quincy's New Deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health as well. Everything about it just screams mystery." Laughing and reminiscing, Al talked about seeing him and Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater, but then things took a turn. He decided to drop the mic with that post, but not before adding one last punch: the hashtag, don't let the love songs fool you. It felt like a direct shot at Diddy's public tributes to Kim, hinting that all that heartfelt love might have just been for show. Even though Al later deleted the post, saying Quincy reached out to him and told him it was too painful and triggering, he didn't exactly back off. He doubled down, standing strong in his belief that the official story about Kim's death just didn't add up. Something wasn't right, and he was sure of it. Meanwhile, fans online started whispering theories that maybe Diddy had asked Quincy to call Al and convince him to delete that post. Some even claimed Diddy had tried to turn Quincy against his biological dad. The drama was wild, but Al refused to stay quiet. He kept speaking his truth. And in November 2021, Al dropped another bomb, posting a throwback photo of himself with Kim and Quincy. In the caption, he wrote, "She sent me this saying, 'Life imitating art, art imitating life.' Now it all makes sense. Then he added, "She told me other stuff too. She was running. I said, call the FBI." And just like that, the mystery surrounding Kim's death got even deeper. You wouldn't believe what she went through, but this is where things start getting dark, almost sinister. Just months after that chilling post, Al was suddenly rushed to the hospital for a medical emergency that no one could clearly explain. He said he was just working in the studio when out of nowhere, boom, he collapsed.
Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure.
I believe this to be the case, yes.
Doctors were completely stunned because they couldn't figure out what caused so many serious health problems to hit him all at once. It was like his body just shut down. Al ended up spending nearly 2 months in a coma, and when he finally woke up, his story shook everyone. He revealed that he'd gone through several intense medical procedures, including an organ transplant, countless blood transfusions, intubation, and time on a ventilator. That's a lot for anyone to survive. Fans couldn't help but feel uneasy about how random and extreme it all sounded. Naturally, people started connecting dots. Online chatter exploded, with fans pointing out that several people who were once close to Diddy's circle had also fallen mysteriously ill or passed away, many from pneumonia-related causes. Names like Heavy D, Brittany Murphy, and even Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina, started popping up in the conversations. In fact, Bobby Christina's autopsy revealed she died of lobar pneumonia, the same exact condition Kim Porter was said to have. That eerie similarity made people question everything even more. Was it just a coincidence or something way deeper? And despite barely surviving his own near-death experience, Al didn't hold back. He kept posting, dropping cryptic hints, and feeding the growing rumors that maybe, just maybe, Diddy was somehow tied to what happened to both Kim and him. Then, earlier this year, the story hit the mainstream. Fox 5 New York invited Al for an interview to talk about his memoir, and he didn't shy away from the heavy stuff. His words left people speechless, wondering just how deep this story really goes. "Do you believe me now?" That's what Al said, and that's when things really exploded. During his Fox 5 interview, he didn't hold back one bit. He dropped some serious accusations saying he never believed Kim's death was natural and hinting that Diddy might have been connected, not just to her passing, but to Al's own near-death experience. It was shocking. Al claimed he's 100% convinced that Diddy tried to have him taken out in 2022, right after he started publicly questioning what really happened to Kim.
Imagine having an enemy that has a position of influence in your child's life and knowing that that person sends you notes and messages every now and then. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, that boy is dead.
He doubled down, saying straight up that Kim did not die from pneumonia, and he even teased that there's a lot more he plans to reveal soon. It felt like he was just getting started. Right now, nobody knows for sure if Al and Quincy have completely made peace, or if Al's actually joining that rumored documentary project about Kim Porter's mysterious death. But honestly, we hope he does, because from day one, Al's been the first, and really the only, major name in the industry bold enough to call for a real investigation into Kim's passing. His voice could finally bring some light to what's been hidden for years. Fans everywhere are hoping Kim finally gets the justice she deserves. The more you look into it, the harder it is to ignore how deep this might go. Especially after 50 Cent's own revelations about the Tupac and Biggie cases, stories that painted a picture of Diddy's tight grip on everyone around him. It's clear Kim might have been caught in something way bigger than anyone realized. This story isn't over yet. It's been said that Diddy controlled everything about Kim's life. Every move, every decision, every moment. People close to her have claimed that he started putting his hands on her long before Cassie ever came into the picture. It's heartbreaking, and it shows a pattern that's hard to ignore. Diddy has shown over and over that when he wants control, there's almost nothing he won't do to get his way. It's chilling to even think about. So now I gotta ask, do you think Kim's case should be reopened? Should the truth finally come out after all these years? And what's your take on Quincy's complicated relationship with Diddy? There's so much to unpack here. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over and your voice matters. Stay tuned. The next part is going to be wild.